Hello, my name is Ed. This is the Rock Gut Review. Before I sat down to shoot this episode, my girlfriend Erica asked me, "Do you love yourself?" I guess the answer is no, because today we're drinking 3 types of Malort. Alright, here we are. Welcome to the Rock Gut Review. And like I said in the intro, we're drinking 3 types of Malort today. Now, I should clarify, we're actually drinking 3 types of Besk, or Blasque. It's Swedish. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelled like that. We're drinking 3 types of Besk liquor, which is liquor flavored with wormwood. Malort is the most famous of those liquors here in America. Malort literally means like mothwood or moth oak or something. I don't know. It's something Swedish. I'm sure the Swedish people are already getting angry in the chat and telling me how to say it right and what it means. Malort really is big in Chicago. That's the main market for Malort. And I'm from Milwaukee, so I may be a little biased, but the main things I know about Chicagoans is that they're all ugly, stupid, smelly, all their sports teams suck, their pizza is weird, they drive like idiots, and they're ugly. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got cousins down in Chicago. I love you guys. It's a very bitter liqueur, which is somewhat common for Swedish liqueurs, or so I'm told. And it's kind of become a running joke, just around the country and amongst everybody, to make people drink Malort, because it's so sickeningly, medicinally bitter. You know, give it to your friend and tell him, hey, try this fine whiskey, and then it's Malort, and he upchucks, and everyone finds it hilarious. A Swedish immigrant in Chicago, the original Jeppson, made Malort. It took off like wildfire, and no one knows if people down there drink it because they actually like it, if it's a joke, or they think it makes them tough, I guess. No one knows. But I'm drinking it of my own volition today. Why am I doing that? For 2 reasons. One, because there's a new Malort in town that we just got in at my store. That is Barrel-aged Malort, or BAM. Isn't that cute? It says BAM on the label. It's adorable. And because viewer Cohen sent in Leatherbee's version of Malort, which is called Besk. This was originally also called Malort, but back in 2015, the people at CH Distillery who make Jeppson's Malort trademarked the term Malort. Now they have to call it by the original Swedish name. But we're gonna drink 3 Malorts today. We've got the Besk, we've got the Barrel-aged Malort, we've got the original Malort. And we're drinking it out of Glencairns, which drinking Malort out of a Glencairn is kind of like eating shit off a silver platter. But you know what? I've been drinking so much Malort on stream as of recently, I've kind of gotten used to it. So let's see if I like any of these. Let's start with the Letherbee Besk from my man Cohen. Thank you again, Cohen. First smell on this is actually not bad. It doesn't smell super bitter. It smells kind of grapefruity, actually. Kind of like a citrus. Yeah. Citrus and juniper? Oh, it's almost like a gin. And it almost kind of smells a little bit like a gin. Yeah. It doesn't smell that bad. I mean, it's way more grapefruity than gin. It doesn't have a lot of, like, pine needliness, but yeah, that's not so bad. It's not so bad at all. I also do like that this one's 50% alcohol compared to 35% on the other Malorts. Yeah, you're always gonna get points with me for adding more booze. Let's get a sip, hey? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. It tastes like fennel, black licorice, grapefruit, and it's bitter. It's bitter, but it's not painfully bitter. It's not painfully bitter. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of nice actually. It's refreshingly bitter. All right, how about this barrel-aged Malort? So they took regular-ass Malort, bitter-ass motherfucker Malort, and they finished it in bourbon barrels. Doesn't say for how long. I've always wondered where the color in Malort comes from, because if this is the barrel-aged version, then what, is that just the wormwood floating in there. All right, barrel-aged Malort. Okay. I don't hate this. That barrel, the bourbon barrel, actually covered up a ton of the bitter stink on this. It smells like bitter and vanilla and a little bit of caramel. Those bourbon notes actually covered up quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh, yep, there it is. There it is. That's that Malort bitter. That's that trash can full of old antidepressants covered in motor oil and I don't know, black licorice bitter. Woo! Yeah, the entry was like, oh, it's still pretty vanilla and caramely. It's not that bad. And then the finish was all like, oh wait, you're still drinking Malort, motherfucker. And that is definitely way more bitter and funky than the Letherbee. The Letherbee is bitter, but in a pretty pleasant kind of way. That bitter just rips the roof of your mouth off. All right, let's compare this to the original Jeppson's Malort. I think we all know what this is gonna be like. You know, this nose isn't actually that bad. I never really take time to smell Malort. It ends up kind of smelling nice. It reminds me of a pickle and rye, like a pickle on a rye sandwich, you know? Just a pickle and rye sandwich, no meat on there. No pastrami or corned beef or nothing, just rye bread, pickle, rye bread. It's a good taste. You know what? Oh, this is weird. The bitterness was actually worse on the barrel-aged variant. What? I did not see that coming. What? Weird. This version was less bitter. I mean, it's still very bitter and medicinal, like not even like iodine medicinal, like bitter-ass pill medicinal. But yeah, not as like bad as the barrel-aged version. I wonder if that's because I've had this bottle open for longer? Hold up a second. I'm gonna get a fresh bottle of the original Malort and we'll compare them. All right, I got a fresh Glencairn. I got a fresh bottle of Malort. I gotta keep my Malort stocks up, you know, for streaming. Gotta make that money somehow doing shots of Malort for $5 a pop. All right, so fresh bottle of Malort. Pretty much the same on the nose. Holy crap, no. It's not the fact that the bottle's been open longer. That's still bitter and funky, but it's really not that bad. In fact, I think I'm coming to, if I don't love it, I'm very much inured to that. But this barrel-aged Malort, the nose makes you think it's gonna be a little bit sweeter, more caramely, more vanilla-y. The taste, though, definitely more bitter. The finish is definitely more bitter. Weird. That's fucking nuts. I have no idea why that would be. That doesn't make any sense to me. You would think the barrel aging would dial that down too, but it didn't. It just made the front a little bit more caramely. Fucking weird. It's blowing my mind, man. Of all of these, though, I gotta say, like, Letherbee is probably the most actually appetizing. No doubt about it. This actually tastes like something you could put in a cocktail, add a little bitterness. Yeah. You could even drink this cold. This isn't bad. These Malorts, though, these are definitely made for playing pranks on your friends or just proving what a tough motherfucker you are. So, I mean, they have their place, I guess. All right, we're going to do a blend of all of them because that's what we do on this show. We're going to do a blend of all the Malorts. Apparently mixing all 4 of these Malorts together just makes absinthe. This tastes a lot like absinthe, which is also flavored with wormwood. But yeah, the fennel, black licorice, I get a lot less of the bitter. Weird. So that has been the Rock Gut review. This is a kind of a Worst Whiskey Wednesday. None of these are actually whiskey, but it's in the spirit of the Wednesday, so that's what it is. Thank you again to Cohen for sending the Letherbee. I actually dig this one, so good on you, man. And until next time, all of you, go drink some really bitter Swedish liqueurs and try not to gag. And until next time, stay rotten.